What up out there? It's your girl, Unique Sunset, the Walking Miracle, coming to bring you another Situation Saturday, where you know there's always a situation on Saturday. You can send that email to unique2883@gmail.com. Put in the description line, Walking Miracle Situation Saturday, and I'll be more than happy to give you that on-topic tea on time. Now, we talk about all type of topics, and if you want to make sure you follow UNIQUESUNSETH, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, and YouTube channel, I suggest that you do so. It'll give an intro on the Walking Miracle Show, and we have a very important discussion to have Now today, guys, I want to be very direct and very forward. You see me wearing this wonderful purple little frilly get up? Well, I just want to make sure that you're aware why. We know that purple is the reference for domestic violence awareness. That's normally in the fourth quarter of the year. And you know your girl, Unique Sunset, the Walking Miracle, is a survivor of domestic violence. I am now a 17-year domestic violence survivor. So I want to implore you to understand why it's so important here at the Walking Miracle that we stress the importance of safety for women and for men when it comes to domestic situations, whether it be family or relationship. You should feel safe with the people that you trust. Today, guys, we're going to take a view in on a few clips. Some things to stir your mind, get you started thinking, paying attention to scenarios, and understanding why you should pay attention to the signs very early. It's very important that you don't keep love goggles, as we say, on to blind you from the things that are directly happening. So let's look at this first clip in the interactions between this male and female and see where you see the signs that have a little bit of strangeness in it. Last clip, you saw a male and a female having a disagreement. You see him get very frustrated with her and push her on her forearms. He pinned her down against the wall, and he's aggressively talking to her, overbearing, yelling in her face, arguing with her very aggressively. Now, these are behaviors that you need to pay attention to and let yourself know that this is not acceptable behavior. This is not okay for someone to go off in your face, be abruptive. If they cannot speak with their words without touching you, then this is bad and vulgar behavior, and it needs to stop right at the gate. It is not okay. And you see when she's in the mirror, if you haven't paid attention, you see all the words that are written on her forehead, her chest, and her arm. She's trying to figure out through the black eye that she has, how can she see her understanding her loyalty and the truth of her last clip, ladies and gents? You do see where she has to crawl out of bed to sneak away, and she has an alarm, she turns it off. But do you understand how important it is to be wanted and not have to sneak around and walk on eggshells around the person that you love? So never feel like you have to be secretive or extremely quiet, or make sure that you don't disrupt the energy of the person that so-called loves you. If they love you, if they care for you unconditionally, those type of behaviors you don't have to do. You don't have to feel like you have to walk on eggshells, hold your voice, or not be able to express yourself freely in order to be protected. She's trying her best to get away in a silent mode. Now, Now, ladies and gents, we're going to look at another clip. In this clip, if you don't remember the TV show A Different World, to all my OGs in the building, that show gave a lot of meaningful topics, especially in the African American community during your college years, and it really was forward thinking. Now, in this clip, we have Whitley and another young lady, and Whitley is expressing the importance of her care or love for herself, and she's explaining to her how important it is to have self-value. Take a look, see what she has to say.
But I'd rather sacrifice my relationship than my body or my spirit.
Well, that's easy for you to say. I mean, you've always got somebody.
That's right. And her name is Whitley. Tina, do you really think you need a man who doesn't respect you?
I better not miss his call.
Now, did you notice the response of the young lady? She was more worried about having a companion, someone to love and care for her, and not making them upset or missing their phone call, than she was about her own self-care. And really hear Whitley clearly. She's saying, I'd rather lose a relationship than to lose myself or my spirit. And that's something that people who violate your personal space or want to be overbearing or controlling will do. They will take over your personal space, your energy, and change your spirit. So if you feel like your spirit is being disrupted, if you feel like you're emotionally disturbed, that probably is a good sign that this person is not meant for you. We're going to take a look at this next clip. Let's pray that it never gets to this point, because yes, domestic violence is serious and it doesn't always
to death. This Christmas tragedy happening while several children were inside of the home. Police arrived to the 5600 block of Masher Street to find a 35-year-old woman lying in the road, stabbed multiple times. She was rushed to the hospital where she later died. A 33-year-old man was taken into custody at the scene. Police say 6 children ranging in age from 8 to 16 were witnesses. They believe all of the people involved are related.
For this to happen early on Christmas morning, on a day that should be a family day, a peaceful day, it just makes it that much more hard to conceive. It makes it that much more hard to understand.
A 14-year-old was also found with stab wounds to his thigh. He is said to be at the hospital.
Now, ladies and gents, this is where domestic violence takes a turn for the worse. When you see those early signs, please make sure that you pay attention to them. Even if you have children together, do not stay in order to keep your families together. Do not stay just for the kids. Do not stay because you want your holidays to be amazing. If you know that there is discord, there's violence, there's threats, and life can be taken, you need to take the proactive decisions and make sure that you decide to separate yourself from them and from your children, because you see how she got stabbed up in the street and now is gone, and a 14-year-old child was also affected as well. It gives trauma to the whole family. Please make sure that you stop the situation before it gets to this. Now, guys and gals, as we know, domestic violence is not only in a relationship form. It can also come in a family form. It can be the abuse of a parent to a child. It can be sibling to sibling. It can also be a threat in your personal space. And one of the ways that it can happen will be in the scenario shown next, and there will be some helpful information at the end. Please get a pen and write down the information.
Physically, sexually, emotionally, verbally, financially, or by isolating you from family, friends, and help. You can feel ashamed and stigmatized by the community, but no one has the right to hurt you. Sexual and gender-based violence is never your fault. If you experience or even suspect abuse, take action. It doesn't matter when and where the abuse occurred. You can still get help and support. On this link, you can see a list of organizations that can help you in your country.
Now guys, the information that you've seen in the last video, it was actually an infomercial in reference to being able to protect yourself from those type of scenarios internationally. To get more information about that project, that would be IOM/protect-project.com. Again, that's IOM/protect-project.com. This is for all countries for international help. And we also have the National Domestic Violence Hotline. That would be 800-799-7233. Again, that's 800-799-7233. Please use your resources and be safe. Remember, here at the Walking Miracle, we're always here to understand your girl, Unique Sunset. The Walking Miracle has been counseling since the age of 13, been certified through Community Renewal Team and Common Ground. So what I want to give you is the ability to get economical assistance. Give all those gifts to other people, blessing to enjoy helping others. And for that, I love to help you. Give all those gifts to other people, blessing to enjoy helping others. And for that, I love to help all those gifts to other people, blessing to enjoy helping others. And for that, I love to help. Give all those gifts to other people, blessing to enjoy helping others. And for that, I love to help you. And you have the ability to reach out to me on any of the social media platforms, Unique Sunset 8, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, and YouTube. And you can also reach out through UNIQUE2883@gmail.com. Put in the description line, counseling, help, Walking Miracle. What I can do is I can assist you. Keep in mind your payment process will be directly through Cash App. That would be Unique Sunset 8 on Cash App. And keep in mind, $10 to initiate your appointment, $5 every 30 minutes. We want to save you the money that you would normally spend at a doctor's office. $125 to $400 for 2 hours is a little expensive, so we want to give it economic help. My babies, I love you so much, and I thank you for tuning in to this Walking Miracle Situation Saturday. You know there's always a situation on Saturday. Please reach out as soon as possible and let us know if you need any assistance with domestic violence or any interactions that you don't feel comfortable with. Remember, there are resources, there is help, you are seen, you can be heard. I'd like to thank you for tuning in to the Walking Miracle, and I hope that you tune in again another Situation Saturday. You know there's always a situation on Saturday. Bye-bye,